Welcome everyone to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living's Wednesday night spiritual practice. I'm Sarah Forbes and I am a certified yoga instructor, and I'm here tonight to lead you in a very gentle and easy yoga practice. So we're going to begin tonight with the sound of the bowl. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath and just relax as the bowl rings out. Coming present into this moment, you can bring your hands into prayer position right in front of your chest. Open the chest. Continue to breathe deeply. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice. Your intention can be a word or a phrase, or even just a feeling. Something that you want to cultivate more of in your life. So once you have what that is, just take a moment to fill your entire being with that phrase, that word, that feeling. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to start by bringing our hands down to our knees, sitting up nice and straight. So if sitting cross-legged like this is a strain on your knees or on any part of your body, go ahead and simply bring your legs straight out, about hip width distance apart, and just sit like this. If this is challenging for you and you need a little bit of support, you can put your hands at your sides and sit up straight like this. I'm going to begin cross-legged, and those of you that this feels comfortable, go ahead and join me. We're going to bring our hands to our knees, and if your legs are straight out, just have your hands where it's comfortable for you. And we're going to begin by moving our arms and hands with the movement of our breath. So on an inhale, arms come up and we open. Exhale down to the heart, prayer hands. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more, just like that. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Pausing for a moment here. Breathing deeply. And on the next inhale, go ahead and bring your hands back down. And we're going to start to do some shoulder rolls. So on an inhale, we're going to rotate our shoulders forward and up towards the ears. And on an exhale, we're going to rotate them back and down and open the chest. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And just go ahead and move with your own breath. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. 2 more. And after that last one, we're going to switch directions. So now we're going to inhale back and up towards the ears, and then we're going to exhale forward and down. So inhale back and up, exhale forward and down, inhale back and up, exhale forward and down, and just move with your breath. Move as slow as feels comfortable for you. Listening to the sound of traffic out my window. Just embracing all of the sounds of nature. Cars are part of nature. It's all the light and love of spirit. So just coming down and relaxing here, we're going to do some really gentle neck rolls. So on an inhale, you're going to rotate your head around to the right, forward to the right. Exhale back to the left. and only go as deep back as feels good for you. There's no reason to drop the head all the way back unless that feels good for you. So inhale forward to the right, exhale around to the back, and just move like this. Really try to match the breath to the movement of the body. Inhaling forward and around, exhaling back to the left, and just start to close your eyes and move with your own breath. Just a few more breaths here. Last one. And now switch directions. Inhaling forward and to the left, exhaling back and to the right, moving with your own breath. A few more. Last one. And just come to center after that complete exhale and just feel how your body feels for a moment. Feel the space you've created in your shoulders and the space you've created in your neck. Breathing deeply. And when you're ready, go ahead and transition into tabletop position. So tabletop position, we're going to have our knees right below our hips, so they're hip width distance apart. Feet face down towards the ground. Arms come right below our shoulders. And we want to, whenever we're on our hands in yoga, we always want to have our palms flat into the mat and grip with the fingers spread wide. This is going to help prevent injury on the wrist and strain on the wrist. So really engage your arms and grip those fingers to relieve strain on the wrists. So from here, from tabletop position, we're going to do a few cat-cow rotations. So cow is when we inhale and look up, back rounds in, and cat is when we exhale and the back rounds out, stomach tucks in, chin comes into the chest. So we're again going to move with our breath. So on an inhale, looking up into cow, exhaling, rounding in into cat. And again, in all of the poses today, make sure that you're only going as deep as feels good for you. So inhaling, looking up, exhaling, rounding in. And just keep moving with your breath. Two more. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come to center where you're back in tabletop position, flat back. And from here, we're going to go into child's pose. So I'm going to show you the way to get into what's called traditional child's pose, and then I'm going to help with some variations in case it's a little bit too hard on your body. So bring your toes together, bring your knees together, and sit back on your heels. And then coming all the way down, head drops down towards the mat, and arms tucked behind you, palms face up, relaxing those shoulders all the way down. Head comes down, chin, it stays tucked in. So this is traditional child's pose. Now, if this is too hard on your knees or too hard on your ankles, I'm gonna tell you a different way to do it. So if this feels good for you, just like this, go ahead and stay there. And if it doesn't, from tabletop position, keep your knees hips width apart, and you can bring just your toes together, and you can sit back slightly and come down to your forearms like this. And then just bring your hands closer together so they're touching, and then just drop your head down. So you just listen to your body and what feels good for your body. This might be good enough for you. You know, if the other pose is straining the knees or straining the ankles, then go ahead and come up a little bit. use the strength of your forearms and drop your head down and tuck the chin into the chest. Breathing deeply here. So whatever variation you're in, just go ahead and relax all the way down and focus on your breath. A couple more deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, you're going to use your arms, so bring your hands, palms face down right alongside your knees, and push yourself back up to seated, and come back into tabletop position again, just to give yourself nice amount of support as we transition into standing up. So from here, just take a moment to come up one leg at a time and stand straight up. Now you can stand and face me, that's fine. I'm gonna stand to the side so that I can kind of show you what we're gonna do. This is just gonna be a really gentle and easy pose called Tadasana, or mountains pose. And for a lot of people who've maybe practiced yoga and don't know a lot about this pose, it seems really easy when you look at it. You're just standing like this, but there's a lot to this pose, and it's actually a pose that's really strengthening and really good for mind, body, and soul. So we're actually going to take a moment to really get into the pose in a way that is really beneficial. So we're going to start with our feet hip width distance apart. Make sure your toes are spread wide as you can. You're going to engage your thighs, so you're going to flex your thighs. You want to make sure you're not hyperextending the knees, so relax the knees as you engage the thighs. It's a little tricky. So take a moment just to get your legs and your feet all set up. And then from here, once your legs are engaged and your feet are pushing solidly into the ground, we're going to work on the midsection. So you always, in Tadasana or mountains pose, you want to make sure that you are not overextending or too deep in a curve in the lumbar spine. That's your low back. I couldn't think of how to say that for a second. So what we're going to do is instead of rounding the back out like this, which is a tendency of most people, we're going to take this part of our low back and we're going to tuck it in and engage our core. So as your thighs are engaged, keep your thighs engaged, keep pushing those feet down into the ground. We're going to tuck that lumbar spine under, that low back under, and engage our core. So everything is nice and engaged here. And then from this position, go ahead and look forward, rotate the shoulders up, back, and down to open the chest, and point those fingers straight down, palms face in towards your thighs. So just like this, looking straight ahead, nice strong pose. Actively push those feet down, engage those thighs, engage your core, tuck that tailbone, and breathe deeply. We're going to take a few breaths here just to feel what mountain pose feels like when we're really in the pose. Few more breaths. And after that next exhale, we're going to turn. If you're facing to the side, just go ahead and face forward now. And just come down nice and slowly. We're going to come down to a seated position. We're going to do what's called butterfly pose. So for those of you who are not as flexible in the knees or in the hips, that's okay. You're going to start with your feet pretty much almost all the way extended with just a slight bend in the knees, just to keep us from overextending or overstretching. And then you're just going to simply turn the soles of your feet towards each other. And you can even leave the tops of the feet a little open if this is where you are in your practice. And if this is as far as you can go, just go ahead and sit up nice and straight, lengthen through the top of the head. So reach the top of the head towards the ceiling, looking straight ahead, and anchor those sit bones down into the ground to lengthen the spine, and just hold here. Now, if you're pretty flexible in your knees and in your hips, you can start to move those feet towards your body, and you can pull them in as far as feels comfortable for you. Again, you really want to check in with your knees in this pose. It's so important not to overstretch the knees. So as you're pulling in, if you feel any tightness or strain in the knees, push back out. And you want to get nice and comfortable here. You just want to feel a gentle stretch in your hips. So I'm going to go where I feel comfortable. You take a moment to see where that is for you. And you can hold your knees, you can hold your ankles here. Sitting up nice and straight, rotate the shoulders up, back, and down to open the chest. And if you have the flexibility, you can actually wrap your hands around your toes and continue to sit up nice and straight here. But just go where you feel comfortable. You always want to be lengthening the spine as you're stretching here, so try not to round in the back or hunch forward. You want to open up and lengthen through the top of the head. You can close your eyes here and just relax, allowing gravity to gently push the knees down. So we don't need to force the knees down or push them with our arms or with our hands. We just want to let gravity do that for us. Deep breaths here. One more breath. And now that we've stretched here and opened up a little bit, I'm going to have everybody, no matter where you are, if you're way out here or your feet are in here, wherever you are, grab a hold of your knees now, and then just start to round in the back now, tuck the chin into the chest, and drop the head down. And just go as far as feels comfortable for you. This is going to open the hips up even more. And just let your elbows relax down as you gently hold the knees, and try not to push into the knees, just gently rest and relax here. Nice deep breaths. Two more breaths here. And on an inhale, go ahead and come up nice and slowly. And we're going to transition now to lying down. So go ahead and come onto your mat in a way that you're positioned so that you can extend your legs on the mat and you can extend your body down on the mat. So take your time coming down. We're going to lie down on our backs. You can come down one forearm at a time, scooting as necessary, and just lie all the way down and start to relax. We're going to start by keeping our knees high. So keep your knees high in the air and scoot those feet back as far as you can. Keep your knees hip width distance apart and just start to relax here. Open the chest. We're going to come into what's called happy baby pose, which is such a fun pose. So I'm going to start by just telling everyone how to do the traditional happy baby pose, and then I'll give you a variation that you can do as well. So what we're going to do is lift our feet up off the ground and bring our knees towards our armpits. And then once you're here, you're going to extend your legs straight so that you look just like this. Now, if you have the flexibility, you're going to reach your arms inside your legs and go ahead and grab the big toe with one hand and with the other hand. And you can kind of just hold on to your big toe here and just push those knees straight down towards the ground. And if you can see me here, my legs are, my shins and my calves and my feet are sticking straight up out of my knee. So you don't want to bend down like this, you want to go straight out. So this is traditional happy baby, and you can rock from side to side if you want. Now, if this is really challenging, and it definitely could be, what you can do instead is bring the knees up like this and just grab the backs of your thighs right at the knees, just like I'm doing here, and just pull the knees in as much as feels comfortable for you. So you could be way up here, that's fine, just as much as feels comfortable for you. And again, you can rock from side to side and just relax here wherever you are. And I invite you to close your eyes and just really feel the back opening up as you push the knees down towards the ground, very gently. And a couple more breaths here. And one more deep breath. And when you're ready, carefully come down. We're going to keep our knees high again, so bring your feet down to the mat, knees high. And we're going to go into a twist. So bring your arms out into a T position, palms face down. And from here, go ahead and drop your knees down to your left. And just drop them straight down as far as they go. They may be kind of up here, they may be way down here. It really just depends on how tight you are. And once you drop them down, try to relax your hips, try to relax the low back, and just let go of any gripping or holding on, and just let the knees fall all the way down. And I invite you again to close your eyes and just feel how this feels in your body. And a few more breaths here. Continue to just relax more and more with every exhale, and let those hips and those knees just release as much tension as possible. One more breath here. And on an inhale, come back up to center. Pause for a moment here, and then let those knees fall down now to the other side. And again, just let them go as far as feels good for you. You shouldn't need to push or strain at all. Letting go of tension in the hips and the knees, and just letting everything fall down. If anything feels like it's uncomfortable, just adjust your body as you need to. And again, I invite you to close your eyes and just feel how this pose feels. And the longer you're in the pose, you might feel your body open up even more, and just keep relaxing and letting your body open up. Listening to the breath. I'm also listening to the noise of my neighbors. You might hear a little bit of that, and that's okay. We're just as we do in meditation, we're just inhaling and listening to it all, taking it all in and making all of it a part of our practice. So on the inhale, just breathing in, listening to the breath and all the sounds around us. And on the exhale, just doing that same thing, feeling the breath hit the top of the upper lip and embracing all sounds and all noises. Knowing that all that's unfolding right now is exactly as it should be. A few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come to center. You can grab your knees, lift your feet up off the ground, and just hug your knees into your chest. You can rock from side to side. This is going to release tension in the low back. And then just bringing those feet back down to the mat. We're going to move into what's called Shavasana now, and that is the pose where we really feel the effects of our practice. So if you have the flexibility in your low back and your low back is feeling pretty comfortable, you can extend your legs all the way down. If this is too hard on your low back, please keep your knees up for the entire practice of Shavasana, and you can just relax down just like I'm doing with the knees up in the air. So again, if you can, go ahead and extend the legs all the way down. Spin those toes to face outward so that you're opening the hips, so both toes fall out to the side. Hips are open. You can hug those shoulder blades together to open the chest. And then spin the palms face up towards the ceiling and then just relax down. And if your knees are up in the air, just do as much of the upper body part as you are able to, and then start to relax down. Start to bring full attention to your body and to your breath. And simply notice how your body feels after the practice. Do you feel more open, more energy? Do you feel maybe a little bit of pain or discomfort? And whatever is going on in your body, just as you exhale, send some love and light to that part of your body. And if you feel any gripping or straining in any part of your body, again, just on an exhale, send love and light and open up and continue to relax down. I'm going to invite you to start scanning the body from head to toe. And as you scan the body, notice all the parts of the body that maybe there's still a little bit of holding on. We tend to hold on a lot in our jaw, so relax your jaw down. Bring that tongue to the roof of the mouth. Relax your eyelids, your eyes, your neck, your shoulders, your fingers, your toes, your hips, and just keep scanning your body and relax more and more. You should start to feel your body moving more and more down towards the ground, and you should also feel it opening more and more. So just continue to work like this in this pose and feel the effects of the practice. Continue to take deep breaths. Just embracing all that you feel right now, all that you hear right now, all that's coming into your awareness. Just embrace it all, acknowledge it all with a smile. And if that's hard, just go ahead and acknowledge it, maybe just with a neutral or just an accepting embrace. Couple more deep breaths. And after your next exhale, you're going to start to roll over to your right side. Coming into fetal position, you can tuck your hands behind your head or underneath your head. You can bring those knees curled up and just relax here for a moment. Still breathing deeply and being aware of the breath. Just taking a moment to notice that you're supported. The ground is holding you up and gravity is holding you in place. And just how wonderful that is. And taking that support in. And on your next inhale, very slowly, start to move into a seated position. I would use the strength of your arms. So just start to push up with your arms, leaving the rest of your body as soft and relaxed as possible. Coming up to a seated position. And we're going to sit now however we began the practice. So whatever comfortable position you were sitting in at the beginning of the practice, please just go ahead and get back into that position. And start to connect with your breath. Bring your hands to your knees to begin. And we're going to breathe together. Inhaling to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue breathing like that, counting in your head. I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times to close out our time together. And now just as the bowl's ringing out, start to just return to your natural breath. Still being mindful of your breath, but letting go of the counting and the holding and just breathing normally. And start to bring your awareness back to your space. And just taking it all in. The effects of the practice, how you feel now. And I invite you now into the practice of conscious giving. If you felt a great benefit tonight from this practice, I invite you to go to newthoughtcentercsl.org and navigate to our giving page in order to support future experiences just like this one. Go ahead and join me now as we close out together, bringing our hands into prayer position, namaste hands, sitting up nice and straight. The love and light in me absolutely honors the love and light of you. Namaste.